श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विशेषयोगिनां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गं लङ्घयेते गिरिं यत्कृपादमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। वार्ताय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणे स्वयं व्यासेन कृतितं पुराणमुनिनां मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवेद्वेषिणे। नारायणपरो व्यक्तादण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोका सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। अवतीर्णश्च कालट्यां गीतारेन्तर्हृदश्चयः चतुष्पीठप्रतिष्ठातः चेताच्छङ्करो गुरुः शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमुबोध्य किङ्किरीयस्य सा माया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये. So we were looking at Arjuna Vishada Yoga, and in that Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya, what did my sons and Pandavas do after reaching that Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra? What did they do? And Sanjaya starts narrating the proceedings from there and what Duryodhana did. Looking at that, Drushtva tu Pandavan ekam vyudam Duryodhanastada acharmavasangamya rajavajanam abraved. So looking at that Pandavas assembly there, immediately Drushtva tu, so immediately immediately after that, Duryodhana went to Acharya, his guru, Dronacharya. He went there and Vachanam Abravit. So Vachana is speech, Abravit, uttered. So uttered speech. So a speech means you already said something. So said speech, it's the same thing. So that means he just made a speech which had little substance in it. So what did he say? He says, Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudam Drupadaputrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. So look at this Pandavas battle array, which your intelligent Drupada's, your intelligent student Drupada's son, he has done this. Okay. And Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayuthi Yudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharata. So there you will see Bhima Arjuna, all these along with Yudhana, that is Satyaki, Virata, all these Maharatas, Drupada, all these Maharatas are there. And then Drishtaketus, Chekitanam, Kashirajascha Viryaman, Purujit Kuntivojascha, Shaibhyascha Narupangva, Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi Raja, Purujit Kuntivoja, Shaibhya, all these are there. And then Yudamannischa Vikranta, Uttamaujascha Viryavan, Sobhadro Draupadeyascha Sarvayevu Maharata. So there you have Yudamanyu, Uttamaujas, Abhimanyu and Draupadi's son, all there are there. All of them are Maharatis. Sarvaiva Maharata, all of them are Maharatis. So he says that. So Duryodhana got scared looking at that Pandava's army. He, in fear, he went to Dronacharya, thinking the only person that probably can save me now is Dronacharya. Just like in the schooling days, whenever he had trouble with Pandavas, he used to go and tell Dronacharya, Guru, they did this. Okay. So just like here now, he suddenly got scared looking at Pandavas. He went to Dronacharya, not Bhishma. Bhishma, even though he's his commander, his army leading army commander, he did not go there. He went to Drona and said this, look at all these people that's there. And what we noticed also, he named 18 warriors from Pandava's side. 18 means Jaya. It means victory. So he also kind of said that, why that? He said, then what he does is, Pandava's side he explains, then he says, Asmakam tu vichishtaye Tannibodha Duryodhana Nayaka Mama Sainyasya Sanyartam Tan Bravimete. So he says, look at, oh best of Brahmanas, please be apprised, listen to what I'm saying, that best people, those warriors on our side, leading our army, I'll tell you about them also, some as for just for example. So this is the shloka we were looking at last time. So here again, the word tu here, uh, it again indicates that his boldness, and he's trying to hide his asmakam too. He's trying to hide his fear in front of Drona. Even though he's so scared looking at that Pandava's army, he's trying to hide that from externally. And he says that from my words, Nibodha, please be apprised or fully acquainted with what I'm going to say. Please listen. Tan, those who are spoken of by me. So Tan means those who are those people, those who are I'm going to speak about. Ye Vishishta, those who are foremost of people, those who are possessed of excellence over everything, all type of weapons and things. Asmakam, among us, all. So all these people who are among us, who are foremost of the people, I will speak of them. They to you, I will speak of them to you. Bravimi, I will speak. So I will speak. Tan, of them. Who are they? Nayaka, those foremost of the leaders. Mama Sainyasya, of my army. Sanyartam, that means by way as example. Just so you know, I'll tell you. Okay. Samnyartam, just to make you aware of these things. As an example, Samnyartam. So to make you aware of these things, as if Drona did not know. So Drona is also standing in that, and he also knows everybody from Pandava's side. And before the war, also there has been a lot of debates or who is there on each party and what their strengths and all these things. Still, Duryodhana says, Samnyartam, just so you are aware, just so you know, I'll tell you who is here. Okay. And also on their side, who is there? Drona knows all that. So he says, Samnyartam, just so you know, by mentioning few names, I'll tell you this. It is not that something you don't know. It's just like the phrase we use, right? No disrespect to you. Okay. When we say that, you're actually going to disrespect. Just like that here, what Duryodhana does is, he says, Samnyartam. So just so you know, not that something you don't know, what I'm going to tell, but still, just so you know, I'll tell you who are on our side. Okay. All the Nayaka, all the foremost of those leaders who are on our side, I'll tell you all those people. So again, he says, addresses Drona here by the adjective Dvijottama. Dvija is twice born. So that means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, who have gone through Upanayana Samskara, who have gone through that, they are called Dvija. So second, Dvi, two, Ja is birth. So second birth, effectively. So they have that birth of that knowledge of the Vedas. Okay. So they are Dvija. So Dvijottama. So Dvija, Uttama is best. So you are the best among those twice born. Effectively, is saying best among Brahmanas. So you are the best among the Brahmanas. With that adjective, he addresses Drona here. Again, he is kind of, in other way, he is also telling Drona, you are a Brahmana. This is the battlefield where all the Kshatriyas assemble. You are a Brahmana. Even if you are unwilling, if you are hesitant, it's fine because we Kshatriyas are here. You are a Dvijottama, you are Dvija. Okay. So, and he says that, and then again, he explains. So that's the view here. So once he says that, then what he does is he starts explaining the names of those people on that side. So who is on his side? So he says, Bhavan Bhishmascha, Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha, Kripascha Samitinjaya, Ashwattama Vikarnascha, Somadasti Tataivacha. So here, last part of the shloka, some places you find Saumadasti Jaidratha. Okay, instead of Saumadatti Sataivacha, in most uh, uh, Bhagavad Gita versions you see Saumadatti Tataivacha, Saumadatti Tataivacha, but there are some where you see instead of Tataivacha you see Jayadratha. Okay. So the meaning is Bhavan, you again just meaning of this shloka as you yourself, sir, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, who is always victorious in battle, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, and Saumadatti or Saumadatti and Jayadratha. So whichever version you use. So that's the meaning. So who are in his army? So these are the people. Yourself, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, Saumadatti, and also he talks about Anne cha bhava shura madartha tetta jivitaha nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharada. There are many other heroes who have dedicated their lives for my sake, who possess various kinds of weapons and missiles, of who are all skilled in, all of them are skilled in battle. So he says there are many of them. So all of them are here. And then he says, Aparyatum tadasmakam balam bhishmabhi rakshitam paryaptam tvidame tesham balam bhimabhi rakshitam. So the army under protection of Bhishma and others is unlimited, but the army, this army of enemies that is protected by Bhima is limited. So he says that. So we'll look at these three shlokas together. So he starts with Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjaya. So first he starts Bhavan. Okay. So Bhavan is again is your respected sir, your respected self. Okay. So Bhavan is speaking to addressing somebody with respect. And he says yourself, Drona is there, and then Bhishma, Karna, Kripa. So he names these three, and then he uses the word Samitinjaya. So an adjective here to describing them means ever victorious. So Jaya, victorious. Samiti is in battle. So ever victorious in battle. So Samitinjaya. So he's addressing Kripa. He says Samitinjaya. Okay. So why he says Samitinjaya again? Some places you see Samitinjaya apply to all the people here. So that is Drona, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa. Okay. So all four are ever victorious in battlefield. All of them are Samitinjaya. You could look at like that. Bhavan, Bhishma, Kripaschak, Samitinjaya. So all of them are Samitinjaya. But Madhusudana Saraswati in his Sri Madhusudana Saraswati in his translation, he applies this adjective only to Kripa. Okay, so Kripacharya only is applied because he translates this as, he explains that Kripa's name here comes after Karna. That means Kripa may be upset. Kripa could become upset. To avoid that, Duryodhana is saying Samitinjaya, he is ever victorious. Okay, so that's why he is, to show that Kripa is respected, he uses the adjective Samitinjaya. But in some other commentaries, we see that Samitinjaya is applied to all the four names mentioned here, Drona, Bhishma, Karna, and Kripa. Then he also says other people. Who are they? Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama is Drona's son. And just like again, he mentions here, just like in the previous first part of this shloka, he mentions Drona's name before Bhishma, just so that Drona is happy with this. In the second part here, before the names of Vikarna, Saumadatti, he mentions Ashwatthama, so that Drona becomes happy that his son is placed ahead of everybody else, all the other warriors, all the other Maharathis in his side. So Ashwatthama is there. Vikarna is Duryodhana's brother, but his brother from the Vaishya wife. So Duryodhana had 100 brothers, and then 101 is Vikarna, right? So he's from Vaishya's wife of Dhritarashtra. So Vikarna is there, and then Somadatti. Somadatti is son of Somadatta. Okay, Somadatta's son is Somadatti. His name is actually Bhurishravas. So Bhurishravas is the name here. Somadatti. When we say Somadatti, it is Bhurishravas. Okay, so who is Somadatta? Somadatta is Balika's son. We have to go back to Adi Parva, where all these names are mentioned in Mahabharata. Somadatta is Balika's son. Who is Balika? Balika is Shantanu's brother. So if you remember, Pratipa, King Pratipa had 3 sons: Devapi, Shantanu, Devapi, Balika, Shantanu, right? So 3 sons he had. Devapi renounced the kingdom. He did not take kingdom. He did not become king because he had illness. So he has a skin problem, and that's why he renounced kingdom and went to forest for penance. The Balika became a king on the one side, and then Shantanu became king. Shantanu's son is Bhishma, right? So Balika's son is Somadatta. Somadatta's son is Bhurishravas, and that Bhurishravas is called Saumadatti. So that means Somadatta's son. So he is there, or as I said, the other shlokas, you have Jayadratha's name added at the end, and Jayadratha is the king of Sindhu. He is Dushyala's husband, Dhritarashtra's daughter Dushyala, and Duryodhana's sister, right, younger sister. So Dushyala's husband is Jayadratha. So Tataivacha, so also, that means, so they are also here. Okay, so Ashwatthama, Vikarna, Somadatti also here. So then the question might come, are these the only ones you have in your army? Answer is no. Who are all there? Annecha Bhava Shura Madarte Tekta Jivitaha. Okay, Annecha Bhava Shura. So there are many heroes who are dedicated, who have dedicated their lives for my sake, who possess various kinds of weapons and missiles, and all are very skilled in battlefield. So again, if you look at this, so Annecha, so there are many, Bhava, Annecha, others, many, Bhava means very, Shuras, again, heroes, Madartha Tekta Jivita. So for my sake, they all they all Tekta Jivitaha, they are ready to give up their life, right? So he says, so who are those other people mentioned here? Annecha, when he says Anye, others, so like Shalya, Kritavarma, and many others, all of them are there. So Tekta Jivita, those who have dedicated their lives in the sense that they had decided to give up their own lives for what? For my sake, Madarte, for my sake, they have decided to give up their life. So again, one thing to look here, what Duryodhana's mind and what's thinking is, he says, Madarte Tekti Jivitaha. So that means they are ready to give up their life. So when you are going for a battle, you are there to win. You are not there to sacrifice your life, right? So what Duryodhana is saying is, they are here to give up their life. Tekta Jivitaha. They are ready to die. They are here to die for me. Okay. So he may be saying that is in proud that there are so many followers for me. Okay. And they have expressed all these Veeras, all these Shuras, all the heroes have come here to support me. They all loyal to me. Okay. So all this vast army, Bahava means vast army, vastness, this large army, all these are loyal to me. He might be saying that, but also he's saying they are all here to die. Okay, so he's again, if you look this as a Duryodhana was as scared of Pandava's army, we can see this as he's saying that they are all going to die. because they are all here to die. He is saying that they are all here to die. Who are all they? Bhavam, Bhishmascha, Kripascha, all this. Okay. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripa, all this. Okay. Ashwatthama, Saumadatti, Vikarna, all this are Tekta Jivita. They are here to die. Every warrior is here to die. So he says that uh, again, he says that thinking that people, Drona might think that, okay, you also mentioned many warriors on Pandava's side. Now we mentioned many warriors on our side. Both are equal. Okay. One might think like that. So that's why what Duryodhana says is, he says the next word, he says, Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhi rakshitam paryaptam tvame tesham balam bhimabhi rakshitam. So I briefly touched on it in this last time. So the meaning of this is the army under the complete protection of Bhishma and others is unlimited. Okay, aparyaptam here means unlimited. So and but the army of these paryaptam tridhametesham balam bhima virakshitam, the army that is under protection of Bhima is limited. Paryaptam is limited. So this is where the shlokas, the meaning goes in two ways, as briefly touched last time. So paryaptam, aparyaptam, one meaning as we see in the main translation is unlimited. Aparyaptam is unlimited. Paryaptam means limited. So that means Bhima's Pandava's army is limited, and Bhishma, the army that's protected by Bhishma, is unlimited. But the other meaning of here is inadequate and adequate. So that means the army that's protected by Bhishma is inadequate. It is incapable. But on the other hand, the army that's protected by Bhima is adequate. It's capable. So he's saying, so he's scared, and that's why the meaning here is one is saying it is very large, extensive, abundant, and competent, and things like that. So he's saying that Pandava's army is very much adequate. It is ample. It is very large. It's extensive. It's competent. It is paryaptam. Okay. So, but on the other hand, the army that's protected by Bhishma is aparyaptam. It is inadequate. It is not sufficient. It is incompetent. So it is incapable of protecting. So that's what he is saying. So we look at a little bit more in detail. Again, so protected rakshitam means protected completely. Abhitaha, so abhitaha means completely by Bhishma. Okay, who is having great strength and intelligence. It is protected by him. That means that balam is army. Strength also means, but here it means army. So asmakam of ours. So tadasmakam. So that army again. He again says his army as that one. Okay, he's in his army. He's showing our army, but he says that army. Okay, so last time also we looked at some of the shlokas where he is addressing Pandavas as these people, whereas his own army is talking about as them. Okay, so when he's scared, he don't know what he's talking about. So he's completely lost his mind. Duryodhana here. So he says asmakam of ours, commanded by the persons of this great quality, Bhishma and others, is aparyaptam, is unlimited, or you could say it is inadequate. Okay, and it has strength of 11 akshoinis. It could be considered as unlimited, or it has all these people, Bhishma, who is here because he made a vow previously that he is going to do for this kingdom, right? And that's why he's here. Otherwise, he would not have come supporting us. He would have gone to Pandava's side. Drona is here because he is he got he came to Hastinapura looking for uh, wealth and other things, right? So that's why he is here, and he is he has indebted to Dhritarashtra, and that's why he's here. Okay, Kripacharya is again, he is Kulaguru, and that's why he's there. Ashwatthama is just there because his father is here. Like this, all of them are here because for one or the other reasons. If they had option, they would have gone and supported Pandavas. Even though I have 11 Akshoinis of army, this is inadequate. This is incapable of defeating that army, repeating this army. Which army? So to but Balam, the army, Etesham of these. So again, here is an Etesham. So Etesham, he addresses Pandavas, these people, these Pandavas army. Okay, he's addressing Pandavas as these and Kauravas as those and that army. Okay, so Etesham of these seven Pandavas is Paryaptam. Again, Paryaptam, he may be saying it is limited, but on the other hand, he is saying it is very adequate because the people are there because they wanted to fight for Pandavas. They wanted to victory over Kauravas, and that's why they are there. But on the other side, on our side, who are here? People are here to give up their life. Tekta Jivitaha. So he is saying that people are on our side or here to give up their life. But on the other hand, Pandavas are there, side all the are Virata, Drupada, everybody is there on the other side because they want to victory. That's why they are in. And so Rakshitam, again, as said, is protected by Bhima. So here again, as I said, two meanings here. If you look at from the first second shloka, if we treat this as Duryodhana saying this very proudly and things, which is the normal translation you hear. Okay, when this first from second shloka to this 10th shloka, when you look at this, most of the translations and explanations everybody gives is saying that Duryodhana is very proud. He's talking about very proudly about his army he has accumulated, and that's following him. In that, he's very. This shloka is interpreted again as saying that we are capable of, we are unlimited army, but Bhima's army, the army under Bhima, protected by Bhima, is very limited, very small. We have 11 Akshovanis and things like that. But if you look in the details of this, okay, from this, that's second shloka where it says Drishtva, to immediately after looking at Pandavas, okay, he ran to Drona and he started talking about all these things which Drona already knew, who is there and who is not. And he explained all the great Maharathis on Pandavas and Sarvaiva Maharata. So all of them are Maharathis, he explained them. Then he addresses his side and he says that I have only these people. Who he names? Only 4 or 5 people. But on the Pandava side, he names 18 people, right? So he is so scared and he lost direction as well. He's talking about his side as them and their Pandava side as this, okay? So he's completely lost the direction and everything. So he's so scared. So the most fitting meaning for this shloka, Paryaptam, Aparyaptam tadasmagam balam bhishmabhirakshitam, Paryaptam tudame desham balam bhimabhiraksham. This shloka, probably the most fitting meaning after looking at this in detail is it is that the Bhishma, the army protected by Bhishma is inadequate, whereas the army that's protected by Bhima is adequate. So that's probably the right meaning. So because Duryodhana is scared, the meaning actually, even though it's not explicit, that's the right meaning. Then, so then he looks at again. He talks about again Bhima protecting that is army and things like that. So Bhishma protecting that army. Sorry, Bhima and Bhishma is protecting that army, whether it's limited or unlimited. Then if you look at the next shloka, which is the 11th one, Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhaga avastitaha bhishmamevabhirakshantu bhavanta sarva hi. So ayaneshu, that means the path. Okay, so the so let's look at the meaning first. So again, tu means however. Okay, so however, respected sir, all all of you without exception, all of you without any exception, while occupying the positions of different directions that's allotted to you respectively, please fully protect Bhishma in particular, specifically protect Bhishma. So that's what he says. So he says Pandavas are this many. We have these all these warriors, and then he says all of you protect Bhishma. So we look at a little bit more in detail. So he says again, starts with two. Okay, Ayanesh Sarveshu Yatha Bhagamavastita Bhishmamevabhirakshantu. Okay, so to here again, however, Bhishmamevabhirakshantu. So again, Ayana means the paths or the directions. Okay, so Bhishma is the commander. He will be at the center, and there will be armies. I think probably I said this in the introduction sessions. So we had 11 Akshoni from Kauravas, 7 Akshoni from Pandavas, lot of people, animals, and everything, horses, elephants, and not just those who are battling, but the medicine, food suppliers, every type of people that's there, right, in that Kurukshetra. So that doesn't mean everybody is exactly in that Kurukshetra, but the battle is taking place in many places around surround Kurukshetra, and the center is Kurukshetra. That's where the main battle happens. Okay, so that's why it's called Kurukshetra battle. But lot of battles taking place surrounding areas, but all of them center around the middle where Bhishma and others are there. So all the routes that's coming to that Kurukshetra, that battlefield, okay, that's what is mentioned here, ayanas. Okay, so when you say ayana, so that's the path, that's the directions, all the four multiple directions where it's coming, and that commander in chief Bhishma, who is leading the entire army, he stays in the middle, and that being so, bhavanta sarve, so all of you without exception, nobody is can ignore this, sarve, all of you, okay, avasthita, occupying your positions without leaving the part of the battlefield. So all of you have been occupied a position in that battlefield, so that you protect east, you protect west, you corner that road, and you corner this path, protect it, so that Pandavas and their army do not come here towards Bhishma. So avasthita, so you all in your positions, leaving that part, yatha bhagam, as allocated to you. Okay, to allocate it to each of you. So the parts of the battlefield that's allocated to you, Ashwatthama, you protect on the eastern side. Okay, Kripachara, you protect on the west, or you protect on the northeast, whatever that path. Okay, so all of that allocated to that. So Yathabhagam, as allocated to you, Abhirakshantu, please protect. Whom to protect? Please protect Bhishma Meva. So protect Bhishma in particular, the commander in chief, protect him only. Why? Well, the battle is happening. Protect him only, because the idea is if Bhishma stands protected, then everything else will be protected. So here he is saying he is so scared. He says, all of you focus on Bhishma, because Bhishma made a vow that he will every day kill 10,000 soldiers from Pandava's army, right? So Duryodhana's view here is, if somehow we hang on to Bhishma and protect him, then we can defeat this, may be able to defeat this Pandavas. Okay, Pandava's army is so big, all of them are there. He's scared, and he says, the only way I can think now is if Bhishma is there. That's the only way. Okay. When he says that, Bhishma, listening to this, he is talking all this to Drona, and Bhishma thinking this, I don't know whether he is praising me or whether he is insulting me. Whether he is praising me that if Bhishma is there, then I can win, or whether he is insulting me, saying that I need to be protected by everybody. I cannot defend on my own. So if he's insulting me, I don't know what it is. Whatever happens, I have to die for this person. Bhishma thinking like that. Bhishma immediately starts uh, the war. Okay, so he immediately blows his conch shell. So that's the next shloka. So shloka number 12 is Tasya Sanjayana Harsham Kuruvritta Pritamaha Simmanadam Vinadyoche Shankam Dadmo Pratapavan. So meaning of this is that great, strong, valiant grandfather, the eldest of Kurus, loudly sounding a lion roar, blew his conch to raise the spirits. Okay, spirits here mainly is Duryodhana, but also many others who have come with Duryodhana, all of them looking at that Pandava army, probably just like Duryodhana probably got scared. And to raise their spirits, what Bhishma did, he blew his conch shell. So that's the meaning. So again, Duryodhana is talking to Drona. He's blabbering about various things which Drona already knew. And just because he got scared, he's taking all the things which had no substance in it, either to stop him or to focus on the things why they are assembled. So to start the battle, what Bhishma does is enough of this Duryodhana speech. Let's continue. Let's start why we are here for. So what Bhishma does, he blows his conch shell. So this is where we start the section where we look at both armies becoming ready for the battle. So what Bhishma did to increase the joy, Harsham, increase the joy and enthusiasm and in the mind, so dispel any fear and things like that of their own victory. So Tasya of his, that is the here mainly focusing on Duryodhana because he was scared, who had become very frightened by the Pandavas' army, and he sought refuge in Drona. So then what the he does is Uchai loudly Vinadya sounding Simmaradam lion roar Dadmo blew Shankam conch shell. So he blew conch shell. Okay. So again, uh, when he looks at that, when Bhishma looks at this and he Duryodhana talking to Drona, he raises this loudly, this Shankanada. So with that, this 12th shloka finishes. And again, Simhanadam is Simha is lion, Nada is his roar or sound. Okay, so root word is there, so that's what it is. So Bhishma tries to bring spirit back in his army, and especially Duryodhana, who was so scared, and that's what he does. The next shloka, the 13th one, Tata Shankascha Bherescha Panavana Gomakaha Sasai Vabhya Hanyanta Sa Shabdas Tumulo Bhavata. So there, just immediately after that, the conch, kettle drums, tabors, trumpet, all the other types of horns and everything blared and sound became very tumultuous. So we'll look at this shloka in detail next time when I Any question?